We've got new footage here. Leonidas training with Kalininchenko in Germany. This is pretty interesting. We've seen Brian Shaw train with a lot of top-level guys that he's brought in, such as Philip Larson, Hermes Gasparini. I believe he's going to train with Brandon Allen soon as well. And he's going to go to Canada, I believe, 2 weeks out to train with Devin. So that's going to be interesting. But Leonidas is also training with some top-level guys. So let's take a look at his poll here with Kalininchenko. I did watch this once before starting the video, and I'm pretty impressed with Leonidas' shape, honestly. It looks like he was the one in control of this little pull here. Now, with that being said, obviously there's no context as far as who's, more tired or whatever. But to me, it looks like he's in control. He's kind of giving up some rope for Kalininchenko to be offensive there. But then now he's trying to attack the hand with that dragging kind of bicep pronation that he's got. He's really strong. His bicep is ridiculous. You're going to see him transition to move his foot to the peg there, kind of apply some side pressure and kind of a hook. But he still has a lot of access to his pronation. Meanwhile, Kalininchenko is kind of palm up. So looks like Leonidas in some good control there. Now, he seems to be a lot more open with posting his practice and his training compared to Brian. Brian seems to be more selective with some of the practice pulls that he shows. For example, like when he goes to Florida, and you see certain clips, but obviously you don't see like the hard sparring, or you don't really see him with any redlining in practice by any means. But Leonidas, you kind of will see him go a lot more high effort. He's pulled, if you look at his channel, he went to Japan, pulled like a bunch of people. And he also was at the recent East versus West event. He was pulling like Devin as well. So he seems to be very open with just pulling whoever and just getting the experience. We know Leonidas has the experience advantage over Brian Shaw. And I did pick Brian Shaw to win, but I will say I'm having a little bit of second thoughts. But we will see what happens in about 34 days here. Can Brian Shaw beat Leonidas? This is going to be interesting. Let's read a couple comments here. I'd say it's becoming more and more obvious that Brian's going to be a huge task for Leonidas. I wouldn't be surprised about a 3-0 victory for Brian. Yeah, this is kind of hard to predict. Either Brian just having too much center table and too much tricep to be able to press if Leonidas gets stretched out and is kind of dragging bicep move. If Brian just has way too much side pressure somehow, or if he's able to keep him out of the strap like we saw him do against Brandon Allen with just his hand strength. But I think that Leonidas will be able to get the strap. I don't think he's going to have trouble with that. Even Eddie won 2 rounds against Brian. Meanwhile, Leonidas is beating Schoolboy and giving a hard time to John Brzenk. Are people crazy? Yeah, that was a year and 3 months ago when Brian had that match against Eddie Hall. So I think he's different than then for sure. But yeah, that's a good point. Leonidas beating Schoolboy, taking John Brzenk's wrist. But also Leonidas did take a bit of a break to do bodybuilding, and I think Brian has been pretty committed this past year, 2025. So, we'll see. Obviously, Brian Shaw has a bigger frame as well. So, pardon what's with their faces. I think some people are making comments on the AI poster there. But I'm really looking forward to this match. Use code TOM, buy the pay-per-view, guys.